Hello, everybody, again. Pick up Ecclesiastes, chapter 6. I think I did, but I'm not sure. So I'll redo it. Forgive me if I'm repeating. I have seen another evil under the sun, and it weighs heavily on mankind. God gives some people wealth, possessions, and honor, so that they lack nothing their hearts desire. But God does not grant them the ability to enjoy them. Then strangers enjoy them instead. This is meaningless, a grievous evil. A man may have 100 children and live many years, yet no matter how long he lives, if he cannot enjoy his prosperity and does not receive proper burial, I say that a stillborn child is better off than he. It comes without meaning, it departs in darkness, and in darkness its name is shrouded. Though it never saw the sun or knew anything, it has more rest than does that man, speaking of the stillborn child. Even if he lives 1,000 years twice over, but fails to enjoy his prosperity, do not all go to the same place? Doesn't matter what you got, what you don't got, don't have. All gotta go through the same process. Everyone's toil is for their mouth, yet their appetite is never satisfied. Always want more, mankind's problem. What advantage have the wise over fools? What do the poor gain by knowing how to conduct themselves before others? Better what the eye sees than the roving of the appetite. This too is meaningless, chasing after the wind. Whatever exists has already been named, and what humanity is has been known. No one can contend with someone who is stronger. The more the words, the less the meaning. How does that profit anyone? For who knows what is good for a person in life during the few and meaningless days they pass through like a shadow? Who can tell them what will happen under the sun after they were gone? Only God knows. Chapter 7. A good name is better than fine perfume. The day of death better than the day of birth. Because then we get to go, hopefully, go home. Frustration is better than laughter. Because a sad face is good for the heart. It humbles us. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. The heart of fools is in the house of pleasure. It is better to heed the rebuke of a wise person than to listen to the song of fools. This part of it's kind of like Proverbs. Like the crackling of thorns under the pot, so is the laughter of fools. This too is meaningless. Extortion turns a wise person into a fool, and a bribe corrupts the heart. The end of a matter is better than its beginning. Patience is better than pride. Do not be quickly provoked in your spirit, for anger resides in the lap of fools. I've been just as guilty of that as anybody. Do not say, why were the old days better than these? For it is not wise to ask such a question. The past is the past. Wisdom, like inheritance, is a good thing, and benefits those who see the sun. Wisdom is a shelter, as money is a shelter. But the advantage of knowledge is this: wisdom preserves those who have it. Consider what God has done. Who can straighten what he has made crooked? When times are good, be happy. But when times are bad, consider this: God has made the one as well as the other. Therefore, no one can discover anything about the future. It's God's domain. In this meaningless life of mine, I have seen both of these: the righteous perishing in their righteousness, and the wicked living long in their wickedness. Do not be over-righteous, neither be over-wise. Why destroy yourself? Do not be over-wicked, do not be a fool. Why die before your time? It is good to grasp the one and not let go of the other. Whoever fears God will avoid all extremes. Just leave things to God. In Psalm 139, when you leave this world is when you're supposed to leave this world. That was pre-set at your conception, or right before your conception. Oh, excuse me. Wisdom makes one wise person more powerful than 10 rulers in a city. Indeed, there is no one on earth who is righteous, no one who does what is right and never sins. No one in physical form is pure. Do not pay attention to every word people say, or you may hear your servant cursing you. For you know in your heart that many times you yourself have cursed others. All this I tested by wisdom, and I said, I am determined to be wise. But this was beyond me. Only God is wise. Man's wisdom is corrupted, imperfect. Whatever exists is far off and most profound. Who can discover it? So I turned my mind to understand, to investigate, and to search out wisdom and the scheme of things, and to understand the stupidity of wickedness and the madness of folly. I find more bitter than death a woman the woman who is a snare, whose heart is a trap, and whose hands are chains. The man who pleases God will escape her, but the sinner she will ensnare. Look, says the teacher, this is what I have discovered. Adding one thing to another to discover the scheme of things, while I was still searching but not finding, I found one upright man among 1,000, but not one upright woman among them all. Talking about women in kind of a negative way. And remember, this was the culture of the world at that time. This only have I found. God created mankind upright. They have gone in search of many schemes. Who is like the wise? Who knows the explanation of things? A person's wisdom brightens their face and changes its hard appearance. Obey the king's command, I say, because you took an oath before God. Do not be in a hurry to leave the king's presence. Do not stand up for a bad cause, for he will do whatever he pleases. Since the king's word is supreme, who can say to him, "What are you doing?" Whoever obeys his command will come to no harm, and the wise heart will know the proper time and procedure. For there is a proper time and procedure for every matter, though a person may be weighed down by misery. In that misery, weighed down, there's a time for it. You just have to endure it. You have to take a day at a time, an hour at a time, a minute at a time, a breath at a time. Just keep taking that time, that breath. Keep moving forward. Since no one knows the future, who can tell someone else what is to come? As no one has power over the wind to contain it, so no one has power over the time of the death. Exactly. No one is discharged in time of war, so wickedness will not release those who practice it. All this I say as I applied my mind to everything done under the sun. There is a time when a man lords it over others to his own hurt. Then too I saw the wicked buried, those who used to come and go from the holy place and receive praise in the city where they did this. This too is meaningless. When the sentence for a crime is not quickly carried out, people's hearts are filled with schemes to do wrong. Although a wicked person who commits 100 crimes may live a long time, I know that it will go better with those who fear God, who are reverent before him. Yet because the wicked do not fear God, it will not go well with them, and their days will not lengthen like a shadow. Not lengthen the time that you're supposed to be here. That's it. There is something else meaningless that occurs on earth. The righteous who get what the wicked deserve, and the wicked who get what the righteous deserve. This too, I say, is meaningless. So I commend the enjoyment of life, because there is nothing better for a person under the sun than to eat and drink and be glad. Then joy will accompany them in their toil all the days of the life God has given them under the sun. When I applied my mind to be happy with what you got, be content. When I applied my mind to know wisdom, and to observe the labor that is done on earth, people getting no sleep day or night, then I saw all that God has done. No one can comprehend what goes on under the sun. Despite all their efforts to search it out, no one can discover its meaning. Even if the wise claim they know, they cannot really comprehend it. That brings us to chapter 9. So I reflected on this and concluded that the righteous and the wise and what they do are in God's hands, but no one knows whether love or hate awaits them. All share a common destiny, the righteous and the wicked, the good and the bad, the clean and the unclean, those who offer sacrifices and those who do not. All share a common destiny, to stand before God. As it is with the good, so with the sinful. As it is with those who take oaths, so with those who are afraid to take them. This is the evil in everything that happens under the sun. The same destiny overtakes all. The hearts of people, moreover, are full of evil, and there is madness in their hearts while they live, and afterward they join the dead. Anyone who is among the living has hope. Even a live dog is better off than a dead lion. The living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward, and even their name is forgotten. Their love, their hate, and their jealousy have long since vanished. Never again will they have a part in anything that happens under the sun. Go, eat your food with gladness, and drink your wine with a joyful heart, for God has already approved what you do. Always be clothed in white, and always anoint your head with oil. Enjoy life with your wife, whom you love, all the days of this meaningless life that God has given you under the sun, all your meaningless days. For this is your lot in life and your toilsome labor under the sun. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might. For in the realm of the dead, where you are going, there is neither working, nor planning, nor knowledge, nor wisdom. And he, in wisdom, did not understand God. Your life here is preset in the time here, just before your conception. It's right there in Psalms 139. So live your life the best you can. Believe in God. Fear God, in other words, honor Him, respect Him, believe in Him, serve Him, love Him. Try to lead as good a life as possible. You're going to screw up? Yes. You're going to slip and fall, trip over and stumble, fall on your face, sin? Yes, you will. Do not let it drag you. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off. Don't let it drag you down, and continue moving forward, trying to get better. Always asking Him for help and giving thanks for everything. Don't think you can do it alone. And you are not alone. You have to believe. You must believe. I've seen something else under the sun. The race is not to the swift, or the battle to the strong, nor does food come to the wise, or wealth to the brilliant, or favor to the learned, but time and chance happen to them all. No chance. No chance. Everything happens for a reason. Moreover, no one knows when their hour will come. As fish are caught in a cruel net, or birds are taken in a snare, so people are trapped by evil times that fall unexpectedly upon them. I also saw under the sun this example of wisdom that greatly impressed me. There was once a small city with only a few people in it. A powerful king came against it, surrounded it, and built huge siege works against it. Now there lived in that city a man poor but wise, and he saved the city by his wisdom. But nobody remembered that poor man. So I said, wisdom is better than strength. But the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are no longer heeded. The quiet words of the wise are more to be heeded than the shouts of a ruler of fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war. One sinner destroys much good. It only takes one person to mess things up, to make bad. Wisdom is always, of course, better than war, going off hot-headed and cocksure. And again, I'm just as guilty as anybody else for having instances like that. So I really stay calm, think before you act, before you speak, and again, I'm just as guilty as anyone in all of that. And try my best and try to correct it. Uh, don't let anything that you mess up on and stumble upon, don't let anything hold you back. Continue to move forward and growing His light and serve Him. Because it does get better. You do get better. I don't want to too long, so we'll finish up the last 3 chapters, the last page and a half, Ecclesiastes next time. Hope this helps. Continue to read this stuff all yourself. Read something in the Bible each day, or try to talk to Him each day, and stay safe always, always. Looking for His help, asking for His help, and giving thanks. Peace of Christ. God bless.